And we're live. Welcome to the Morning Buzz. We have a very special show today. We are going to be bringing you the James Madison Leavitt graveside ceremony. We are going to be, what else am I saying here? We have an interview with Betsy Bullard from the Canty Cow. She's going to be live at the Canty Cow. She's also the head of the school board. We're also going to ask her some James Madison Leavitt trivia. We have a special top 6 that's going to be about Kim Jong Un and what he's doing on his Memorial Day weekend. And I have a little surprise for the Buzz Media staff. So I told them that I was given one free popsicle the other day and I ate it during the interview. But in fact, I have 2 free popsicles and I am going to be eating this second one right now during the show. So thank you to the Canty Cow. See, there's a cow right on there. I don't know if you can see that. It's really good. Meanwhile, let's get started with Luis, the House of the Rising Sun. Oh, so good. So good. Thank you to the Canty Cow for that. And here we go. And good morning. We're live.
We're live. It's Thursday. No, it's Friday, right?
It's Friday. I liked your moment of panic yesterday when you thought it was Friday and you thought that we all forgot to do the show.
I know. It was that was quite a production meeting. But anyway, it is Friday and we are live. And today's show is sponsored by the Canty Cow Creamery on Upper Street in Turner, 207-713-5145. Visit the website or visit the farm or give us a call. Hours are Friday 3 to 6 p.m., Saturday 2 to 6 p.m., Sunday 2 to 5 p.m. And the ice cream is just darn good. As we can attest to, ate a pint of coffee, cookies, and cream the other day, and it was delicious.
You're going to see our interview with Betsy Bullard there. We're going to get all about – she actually is coming at us live from the Canty Cow for that interview.
Right. Going to be gold. Shout out to the Groovers, House of the Rising Sun on the intro, one of my favorites. Little known fact probably that it's on the pregame music list for the football team, like when we're out on the field. And our kids go absolutely crazy when it comes on. And the other team just looks at us like, what the heck? And the coach will, sometimes the coach will come up and be like, you guys really love the animals, huh? We're crazy. We love them. But it was my father's ringtone for a while. So it always like come on during practice. So kids loved it. We put it on. Nolan Cabral put it on when he was a senior. And it's stuck ever since. So love that song. Nice work to the Groovers. Birthdays today. We'll start. Happy birthday to my sister Lori. If I could get my wife, my mother, and my father on here to apologize for not knowing what day your birthday was, that would be great. But I knew it was today. So giving you the shout out, 40-something. We'll just go with 40-something for the next few years. And happy birthday to her. Also, happy birthday to our own Bree DeGaulle, the resident mean girl that lives across the hall from me in chemistry land. We've been giving her a hard time with that lately. So. No, Bree, Leavitt grad, chemistry teacher. So happy birthday, Bree. I know you're disappointed that you've turned 25, but we have a little sympathy for you. But happy birthday. And then a couple of birthdays that are out there today. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. I mentioned it. Did any of you guys see that show? No, I don't think you can. I'm sure you can do that, David. Did any of you guys see that series when it was on the documentary thing or whatever? It wasn't even a documentary. It was like a kind of a mini series or whatever. Yeah, that was great. And then also Julian Edelman. Happy birthday to him. I think he needs some love because all his buddies have gone to Tampa Bay.
Last man standing. Maybe he can just be the quarterback now.
I would be all for it. I would say go with it. So yeah. So there we go. I think now that puts us on to what's all the buzz. So, Davis, I would be curious with our first topic here to see what you think, because I know you're enamored by this. Was it yesterday this happened or the day before?
It was reported the last couple of days. I'm not sure.
Reported the last couple of days that a loon killed a bald eagle.
Yes. So they found.
What do we think?
Now, all right. So first of all, you guys said that I shouldn't show the picture of the dead eagle because it set a bad like tone for Memorial Day to see the dead eagle floating in the water.
You're just gonna show it and then apologize later?
I mean, look, it is what it is, right? Like there it is. The eagle.
Memorial Day weekend, dude. Come on, man.
It happened. All right, so the whole story is fascinating. Sorry, I had to show. The viewers want to know. We can't censor that.
This is an expose.
So they found it. And they had to investigate because they thought someone might have killed it. They had to bring it in. They did like an autopsy over at Norway Veterinary Clinic, and they found out it was a loon. They were like bills. They said are shaped like daggers, and it stabbed it in the heart.
Oh my God.
That gives new meaning to the term "crazy like a loon."
Also, though, the eagle attacked the loon. It attacked the loon's baby. So this was self-defense. I don't think that loon deserves to serve any time. Or what happened.
It'll just be in isolation on some lake.
Yeah.
In Norway, that's where it happened?
Well, they brought it to Norway. I think it was near Bridgeton was where it occurred. A woman there, nobody witnessed it, but a woman said that they're making noise at each other, and then they found the eagle dead.
Can you make a loon noise?
I can't.
Jamie, how about you? You're a fisherman.
In post-production, we can add a loon noise while I do this thing.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's a good one to start. Number 2, CBS is running haircut night in America next weekend.
I don't know what that's going to be.
Davis, I noticed you got a haircut.
I did get a haircut yesterday. Thank you to Kim. I think it really shows us the status of like running out of TV. They don't have things to do.
Right. We've been showing athletes playing video games.
People getting haircuts.
People getting haircuts.
I want to know
Morgan, have you been for a haircut yet, Morgan?
I have not.
Any
I don't get my
plans to
hair
go?
cut very often.
No.
Could you get a haircut on Buzz Media?
Ooh.
Or cut your own hair, perhaps?
Well, yeah. So what are you asking? Like, who's gonna cut my hair on Buzz Media?
Let me cut your hair on Buzz Media.
The viewers, right now in the chat, people,
Right.
let us know. I know you want to see this.
I'll get you another T-shirt and another mug.
Wait. Me?
Yeah.
That's what I get for letting you cut my hair. My hair will never recover from that.
Are you kidding me? I
Wait,
would do a good job.
Never recover. I don't know if you know how hair works. It just keeps going.
I don't know if you know how hair works. One time when I was little, my dad cut my bangs off, and they never like.
What do you mean they never came back? Like he didn't
Because
like pull the
I
hair.
don't know. It's like I have cowlicks in the front of my head, and so it's I don't know. It wasn't like he took me to the hairdresser and asked her to fix it.
I mean, if it's bad, you can just wear the babushka every day, right? How about if we let Jamie do it? He ties flies. He's got a steady hand.
You don't know to cut hair.
That's what I was thinking.
He could do it. Like me and Mike could be doing the morning buzz, and then on the other screen you see Jamie cutting your hair just during the whole show. Like again,
I'm down for this. This
The
sounds
whole
good.
show.
Like
Sit there and
that's
I think we're on to something.
Yeah, I'd love to see Johnny Depp cutting people's hair. Maybe he'll be on CBS. Like,
That would be good too.
with the scissor hands, like. All right, we got to keep going. We were
All
trying
right.
to go fast. Today.
Move this along. And then in our third piece of news, NASA has found an alternate universe where time runs backwards.
Yes. So even though I'm the one who wanted to put this in there, I guess realistically they don't know they've really found it. It's possible. I don't want to I don't want to worry about the doubters.
So are we like
the
Benjamin? Is
Go
like
on.
other universe me a Benjamin? Do I start as an old person and end up as a baby?
Like,
I don't know. There's a lot of questions. I know it's something to do with the Arctic and the way some sort of like wave particle something was moving.
Neutrinos. It's neutrinos.
Oh, so that they think there's actually there's two universes. There's ours that's going forward, and there's theirs that's headed back, and we're gonna like. Whoosh. I feel like
But to them, theirs is going forward.
Right.
To us, it's going backwards. But from their
Yes.
perspective, it's going forward.
I
So
don't
they're
like
still
that.
going from.
Hence relativity. We just think time goes this way because that's what we're used to.
Oh, so
Right.
it's not gonna Benjamin Button. But the alternate version of universe version of me is just like me.
No, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen on TV, the alternate version of you has a goatee. maybe like an eye patch. Can we do a show where like we all have like the alternate version of us, and then Morgan, you don't have to have a goatee, but you could have like a lost eye or a hook for a hand. Yeah.
I hope alternate version of me does have a goatee and is post-apocalyptic. I have a feeling he's like a car salesman, though.
I wonder what the morning buzz is like in this alternate universe.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Raw, uncut, and uncensored.
That's really what the people want. We just can't give that to them. We're not the OJs. We can't give the people what they want. All right, we got to move on. We get some prom pics to be showing here. I think we have one John Leposki to show from his prom.
What do we have first?
That's not John.
Oh God, it's alternate universe me.
Alternate universe Jamie, like he's coming for you. Much younger face there.
Yep, youthful.
Now wait, so you and Rachel.
Yep.
Rachel's looking great. Is this the EL prom or the Leavitt prom?
This is the EL prom. I don't think we didn't go to the Leavitt prom that year. It was senior year. We did not go to the Leavitt prom.
How many proms have you DJ'd, Jamie?
I don't know, probably close to 10.
Nice.
They do Monmouth Academies too.
What's your go-to when you want to get everybody on the dance floor?
Get low, window to the wall. It's always a winner. Always a winner.
I thought it was going to be the electric slide. I didn't know it was going to be get low.
No, it's definitely get low.
Speaking of, actually not speaking of, I don't know. I couldn't think of a segue there. Who do we got here?
That's Leposki.
That is awesome. I love this.
Yeah.
That jacket, everything about that picture is awesome.
That's going to come back.
Also, like, look at the hair he's got there.
Yeah.
Hey, Morgan, we can give you that haircut, no problem.
No, thank you. No, I'm all set.
I'll dig out the Floby.
That is so great. Here we have Morgan. Remember we talked about you're supposed to introduce people?
No, sorry, don't remember. That's Cassandra McMurray.
Yes.
No kidding. Wow.
This is gonna be 95 prom because me and Cassandra are the same age.
You know what? Guy needs a tie. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's pretty casual. It was the mid 90s.
Casual.
He probably had the tie on. I mean, he did go with the what do you call the flower things they put on their wrists?
Corsage.
Yeah, he did get rid of the corsage. And this is our last picture. It's not the prom.
Oh, that's a Leposki family photo.
Nice.
Yeah.
But everyone yelled at me that it wasn't in the drive, and now you have nothing to say about it. So.
You know what Leposki's saying right there? One day closer to graduation.
All right, what are we going to next?
I believe next we have the Bockley yearbook photo we wanted to show.
Going back down. Okay. This is the spread from the yearbook. Which is awesome. Oh, that's a great facial expression down there.
Wow, yeah.
That is awesome. So that will be in your yearbook, which you can pick up. Oh, by the way, yearbook pickup is happening right now, correct? Till 1?
Correct. 9 to 1 today. It was 9 to 1 yesterday for seniors, and then I think they'll if you don't pick it up, you'll be able to get it when you come and turn in your Chromebook.
All right, and now we're up to the poll. We got to move, people. We only got like 6 minutes.
Get us on the poll. The Malone poll. Who is the better Malone? Post, Kevin, or Water? Well, man, that's tough competition. I did like Post Malone's Nirvana tribute little concert that he did the other day. It was on point. Obviously a big fan of The Office. Love Kevin Malone. But, you know, that rapper Water Malone there in the bottom right, he looks pretty good.
Water Malone. And here are the results. It's a little hard to see, but what happened? Actually, it's a really close vote.
Me and Kevin right there.
Tied with Kevin Malone.
That's awesome.
And there's other Malones that are missing here, right?
Like Sam Malone from Cheers should be on there, and Carl Malone from the Utah Jazz probably should be on there too.
Yeah, definitely Carl Malone.
Yeah. Plus, we still have a tie there. We don't even know how to break that tie.
Rapping contest, probably.
Yeah, we can do a.
Morgan, if you can secure Kevin Malone to come on and battle rap against me, I'm in. You
my God.
Get on it. If you can get him to come on the show, rap battle.
I don't book guests. You're looking at the wrong person.
Davis, that's
so
you, right?
Chip Groover made that poll. Maybe the Groovers can contact Kevin Malone. I don't know what his real name is.
Right.
If you're listening, Groovers. They're usually our booking.
All right, we get a great top 6 today. Let's get to it. Today we have the top 6 things that Kim Jong Un will be doing on Memorial Day weekend. As you know, we have varying opinions on the state of Kim Jong Un right now. Davis, you just want to state your opinion today? What you're thinking?
He is 100% alive. He's stronger than ever. He's ready to get down and enjoy a great Memorial Day weekend.
Well, I'm thinking that he is frozen in carbonite, a la Han Solo, with the coronavirus, and they're waiting till they find a cure before they take him out of the carbonite.
Jamie's sneezing. I don't know if that showed up on camera, but
let's go to number 6. Drum roll, please. Number 6. You got to move that up a little bit, Morgan. He is chilling in carbonite. So just stone cold chilling all weekend. Number 5.
Now chilling in carbonite's not dead.
No, he's just waiting for a cure, man.
Wait for the cure.
Not like the
or Leia to come by and rescue him.
Well, probably more like Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, but in the Leia costume.
Right, Dennis Rodman with the Leia hair, maybe. Right?
Yeah, I actually that. It sounds crazy, but I think that's real. I even think even the quote when Kim Jong Un is like, "Who's there?" and Dennis Rodman's like, "Someone who loves you."
Yes, I see that definitely. All right, number 5. Sitting on the beach, eating watermelon, listening to Harry Styles.
Yes. And I imagine it's also he's listening to it on tape cassette, like a cassette tape. He's got the boombox out on the beach. He's got his blanket down, his watermelon. He's just loving life.
Yep.
That's how my Kim Jong Un is celebrating Memorial Day.
It's like the baby Jesus from Talladega Nights. We all have our own version of what we think. All right, number 4. Tandem water skiing with Dennis Rodman.
This is definitely going to happen. One, you got the bros, and they just got to get active. The weather's nice, the water's good, the water's not getting there. Definitely see them doing the figure eights, the slalom, doing the slalom together. Maybe take some air.
I'm not sure he's that crafty. Rodman's pretty athletic, but he's also tall and gangly. I'm not sure either one of them is a great water skier.
So I could see Kim Jong Un just staying in the middle, and then Dennis Rodman just zooming
around him. My real question is, who's driving the boat?
Oh, that is a good question.
What?
Who's driving the boat?
Oh, I don't know.
James Franco and Seth Rogen. Are they up there?
I don't think I'm near the boat.
Let's keep going.
Number 3. He's riding his horse over to Canty Cow to get some coffee, cookies, and cream. I don't blame him. It's delicious. It is possible that he's in the United States.
Right.
He's hiding out here. That's why we haven't seen him since that ribbon cutting ceremony. And he's just trying to fit into, into our society.
I'm sure he'd be a big fan of the show. Also, though, if you think about what NASA discovered about multiple universes, I think all of these things could be true. There are multiple universes where each Kim Jong Un is doing this. So
that's possible. Let's be on the lookout. He could be somewhere in the Upper Street vicinity this weekend.
A multiverse Kim Jong Un.
All right, number 2. comes out of a cryogenic freeze to party with his harem. I think that one kind of speaks for itself.
Right. There's more details you can read about that we're not really going to discuss.
You have to Google it. Google.
Right.
It's not something we made up. Well, the cryogenic freeze part, but.
Yeah. Well.
All right, we'll get off that one. Number one, he's filming a barbecue-themed weekend at Bernie's.
So I was really thinking about Weekend at Bernie's, and if it was just like whether it's Kim Jong Un or not, just the barbecue theme and how messy that would be.
Right.
Because, like, you know, he's supposed to be dead, so is he like going to just mush the barbecue? Where's the sauce go? How does someone eat corn?
I think he'd have to go almost strictly pulled pork.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the pulled pork.
It's not like he can handle a burger.
Like coleslaw, barbecue foods are the best foods.
All right, we have like 30 seconds.
All right. Well, I think we have an interview coming up with Betsy Bullard, head of the school board and owner of the Canty Cow Creamery. It's going to be a good one. And then we are going to give you the James Madison Leavitt video, that ceremony that we filmed. Well, it'll be live.
Right. We're filming it live in just a couple minutes. Also,
what we would like. Oh, go ahead, Davis.
No, go ahead.
What we would like is for you guys in the chat. We know we have a lot of teachers watching today. So if you're a teacher and you're watching, put up a message for some seniors in your class, either a kind of a group message for them, or you want to shout some people out individually or whatever. Put them out there. We're going to try to do that during the video portion of our shows here in the chats as we wind this thing down. We got what, like 3 weeks of shows left?
Memories of Leavitt could be in the chat there.
Yeah.
And what'd you say?
And the groovers will hit us with an outro.
Yes.
Well, I'll see you at the wrap up too.
All right. Well, good morning. Thank you for coming on the show. Betsy Bullard, I don't even know how to introduce you. Head of the school board, head of Canty Cow. I don't know which of those.
I like to think of her as the second smartest person in the school in 91, right after me.
Nice. Very nice.
Although she went to Cornell. You went to Cornell, right?
I did. Yes.
So I think you won on that one, but I just didn't have the Ivy aspirations. But
oh, right. If you'd wanted to go to an Ivy League,
exactly.
I'm pretty sure in Mrs. Thompson's English class, I think we were in English class together when I was a junior and you were a senior. I'm pretty sure she liked you better. So you knew a lot more Beowulf than me.
Yeah, well, which says a lot about that particular period in my life too. So excellent.
Well, we do have questions about a bunch of things, but we're going to start off with the Canty Cow because that I feel like is the biggest craze right now.
Outstanding, because that's actually where I am right now. I'm in the ice cream shop. So.
Oh, that's right. So
I'm only a few minutes away. I should run up.
I got some Canty Cow tacos just today. How do you guys come up with the flavors and concoctions and the whole process?
So I have a dedicated team of taste testers. One of them is actually sitting right in front of me and waving at me. So if I appear to be distracted, I at least have an excuse at this point. So suggestions too. I mean, a lot of times people will come in and ask about, well, have you thought about this flavor, or have you, thought about this kind of thing? So that's always helpful.
All right, so the taco thing has been a huge hit, right?
That's been amazing. It's kind of overwhelming, actually.
I don't know if you know how much communication happens when you guys post that you have tacos. I get yelled at by my sister today, not telling her that the tacos were posted. And in there today was a popsicle as well.
Why, yes.
What's the deal with the popsicle?
Yeah, so when we were starting up last summer, I don't know whether one of us or a friend of ours suggested these fascinating little silicone molds. They're like, wow, you guys could do popsicles. And like a lot of things we tried in this whole startup kind of thing, our first attempts were very, very sad. And so we put them on a shelf and thought, no, we're really not smart enough to use those. Well, that seemed like a really good idea, but I'm so sorry that we made that investment and it's not going to work. So we tried them again because, I don't know, virus, whatever, pandemic. Why not try a molded popsicle in a pandemic? I mean, the alliteration was enough that we needed to try it. So we did, and it was okay, except for the fact that my see, exactly. So it's got the little Canty Cow logo on there. So
I was
yeah. So that was the part that really didn't work the first time that we did them, and it was like, oh look, round things. Who cares? That's great. But so with the logo, it seems kind of cool. But my support team has told me that and there's really no way to say this without it sounding weirdly awkward, but the stick placement is not exactly ideal, that the popsicle is very heavy and can fall off the stick, which is fine if you prepare ahead, but if you happen to be wandering around outside in the sun enjoying a popsicle and it exits left, that's no good.
Davis's forte isn't really planning ahead, so this is going to be interesting to see.
So I feel like this is a disclaimer opportunity here.
Wait,
what's this?
Tell me what's in this popsicle, because that's amazing.
It's a mint chocolate chunk.
Man.
That doesn't
That's
seem
not
really
cool,
fair,
Davis.
does it?
I haven't eaten dinner yet. I can't go straight to dessert. And I did wipe out a pint of cookies and cream the other night, which is there coffee? Is that coffee ice cream in that?
There is a coffee, cookies, and cream. Yes, absolutely.
That's the one I had. Woo.
I haven't eaten dinner yet, but also remember this is Friday morning, but
breakfast ice cream.
breakfast, I got.
True.
This is so good.
I wanted to ask you, the connection between the local businesses and farms is pretty impressive. Do you think you'll see more of a push, in terms of that relationship between the local farms and the businesses because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think we're already seeing it. I mean, I definitely see people, I think, are pretty aware of the fact that they have, in a lot of cases, kind of reduced opportunities for spending or ability for spending. And I think they're really doing a great job of spending it locally. I mean, if we look at some of the other local outlets, they've stayed pretty busy and have been pretty creative in the ways that whether it was even as simple as, you buy a roll of toilet paper along with your whatever else, your baked goods or whatever else you're getting. And I think we're pretty fortunate in our little communities that people are very diligent about supporting local businesses and are pretty interested in seeing those succeed. So that's a very lucky thing.
Definitely.
It'd be cool to see some of that lasting as well. Like,
yeah.
Now I think people really appreciate it.
Yeah. And I think Maine's been in a pretty interesting place the last few years on the food side of things to begin with, because we have kind of this burgeoning interest in local, where does your food come from, and something beyond okay, so I grabbed it at the drive-through kind of thing. So, I actually saw the field where that cow ate before she came with a side of fries, or, that sort of thing. So there was already some of that. So I think we may have had some things in place that other spots in the country didn't have. So I'm with you. I hope that folks kind of, as we come out of this, remember some of those things and think, hey, that was pretty cool that I could just go down the road and grab, a pack of burgers or roast or whatever else, or I could go someplace else and I could get, baked goods or whatever other staples that I needed. And so,
yeah,
it's kind of exciting.
All right. So now this is a very drastic change in interview.
Excellent.
So we are, you're going to see this morning the James Madison Leavitt ceremony, which always takes place with the seniors.
Yes.
But we went to the graveside with the Buzz Media team with Mr. Shaw, and we sort of did the ceremony as best we could.
Very nice.
So we have some James Madison Leavitt trivia for you.
Oh my.
Just to go in with our theme of the day.
Excellent.
In 1847, on James' 21st birthday, he finished plowing a field and said what 4-word iconic phrase before leaving Turner?
Gosh.
I'm ready for the steal if she doesn't get it.
Yeah, can I phone a friend? Is that an option in this setting, or?
I will give you a clue. He was farming, and he was not happy farming, and he was pretty much done with farming at that point.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to throw in?
This is a family show.
I've read this a few times, I think, with my HPT. I believe it is Go It Old Plow.
Yes.
That was on the tip of my tongue.
And I really view it as like a very, in the write-up of James Madison Leavitt, there's not much dialogue, but the Go It Old Plow in there, like, I feel that was a pretty angry, he was not made for the farm life.
Clearly not. No. That's
more for umbrellas.
All right, this question is this question's a little more there. He left Turner, he went to New York City. Do you know what he sold on the streets of New York City? There may have been a hint dropped just a moment ago.
I should have read the next question.
This is a tough one. He sold it on the street corner. It was weather dependent.
Yeah, so umbrellas, perhaps.
Yes, he sold umbrellas.
And parasols.
And parasols, yeah. I don't think he did the Seinfeld, like the spin move.
Oh, that seems like it would be a good sales tactic, though.
All right, so then this last one. Do you know James Madison Leavitt's wife's maiden name? It is the same as a college in the state of Maine.
Bates.
It is Bates. That is correct. Nice.
I'm going to throw out a first name. I believe her first name is Clorinda.
Oh.
Clorinda?
Yes, that's not one we hear often.
Oh, that's
do some research, Davis. Get on that for Monday and see if I'm right, but I think I am.
No, we'll get on that. That might be.
Yeah.
Morgan, get on that, wherever she is.
Wherever Morgan is. Maybe we need a Clorinda Bates flavor ice. I don't know if that's a smooth sounding name or not, but.
What would that be, though?
Clorinda Bates.
It would be New York City-ish, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Right? Yeah, because she.
Think about that.
We'll see what else we can dig up on her. All right, that was all for the James Madison Leavitt trivia.
Perfect. I'm going to talk about the school board for a minute. You are the head of the school board, so we probably should mention that. You've gotten a little bit of an inside view as to the distance learning that we have done. Just what are your thoughts there? How has it gone? And
first take is obviously that I think it's pretty amazing the amount of creativity and effort that's gone into it. I mean, you folks are all literally building the plane as we're flying it. So I think that's pretty amazing. And I think it seems that there's some pretty cool stuff that will, hopefully, it's like you asked earlier about what do I think that the local interest in local food and local buying and some of that stick? I hope it does. And I hope that there are some of the things that seem to have been very effective in the distance learning that will stick as well. I mean, obviously some of the nature of it I am fervently hoping does not stick, but there are some things, that eternal question of what meetings could have been emails. Well, maybe we're a little closer to answering some of those things. And for some learners, I think there are aspects of distance learning that is probably a lot more effective. Mm-hmm. But overall, I think it's pretty amazing, the efforts that have been put in and the creativity that everybody's shown. We're all in this together, and I don't know that any of us would have chosen to be exactly here right at this moment, but I think a lot of people are doing a great job of making the best of it and making sure that we keep learning new stuff. And see, I learned Clorinda Bates tonight too, so that's...
There you go. I hope I'm right. I hope I didn't misinform you.
It has such a good...
I'm like 95% sure.
Yeah.
We'll get on. We'll get some more info there.
Excellent.
So you're usually right up there at graduation. So when we're down at the Coliseum and on the stage, and obviously graduation's different and everything's been different. Yes. Would you have a message or a thought to seniors about how to maybe process and deal and just about this whole thing?
Wow. I mean, not to be Pollyanna-ish, but But really, the biggest thing is going to be to look at some of these things that come up as opportunities and not as a, wow, a lot of this is really a drag. And it is. But I think there are also some opportunities that are going to arise as a result of it that wouldn't have been there otherwise, or that people wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise, that we don't even know exactly what they are today. I mean, there's been lots of way smarter people than me writing articles for the last few years that the careers that our graduates today and for the last few years we're going to go into aren't even things today, or career per se isn't necessarily even a thing. So I think this just amplifies that a little bit, and it's on our graduates to go forth and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a good thing the other day. You know, how every generation kind of has their event. But as generations, like we did on the show the other day, we typically, kind of put down other generations saying that they didn't have it as tough, or that our generation is better, or whatever. But I think every generation kind of goes through, some kind of event, and that, that event gives that generation some resiliency and, some perspective. So I think that's been it for these guys. So I think you're right. It's gonna, in the long run, we're gonna be, better people for it, and we're gonna learn from it. But certainly while we're going through it, it's tough, but it'll help us.
Yeah, you definitely get that disappointment, but sometimes you look back on life of the things that shaped you. They're not the things that went well.
Yeah, absolutely. That whole road not taken thing it's real.
Cool. Well, all right. Now we got to play a little game we like to call "Gotta Choose" here on the Morning Buzz, and it's called that because the rules are that you have to choose. We give you a question, and you have to choose one or the other, and defend your choice if we don't agree with it.
Excellent.
All right. First one: chocolate mint taco or vanilla mint taco?
Oh, chocolate. Yeah, it's definitely chocolate.
Agreed.
That's the right choice. I have two in my fridge right now.
2% milk or whole milk?
Oh, whole milk. Whole milk.
Now, I feel you obviously know a lot more about milk than me, but whole milk, sometimes it's just a lot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, if it's a choice between 2% and whole, yes, D, all of the above, as long as we're not talking anything that's masquerading as milk or anything like that, I can get behind 2 and whole. I like whole because it's, the fats are really good fat as far nutritionally speaking, and I also grew up drinking whole milk, like straight from the farm, so that tastes like home, which sounds weird. Sorry.
All right, this is a tough one. Jersey or Holstein?
Oh, Holsteins, yeah.
Why the Holstein?
We have lots of them. I find them more straightforward. Jerseys occasionally have some personality traits that are challenging, perhaps.
So I'm like a Holstein and Davis is like a Jersey, pretty much. Is what you're saying.
As soon as you said that, I was already thinking it too.
I'm very straightforward.
I don't even view that as an insult. I was like, yeah, that's my cow.
Yeah. See, so jerseys are cool too. They're just different.
There you go. Regular cone or waffle cone?
Oh, waffle. Yeah.
It's a pretty easy one. Yeah. This next one's not so easy.
Right. So you've got to pass. You've got to pass a test, and you can choose one instructor for that test. It's a science test, and they're going to prepare you. Would you rather have Mr. Leavitt or Mr. Merrill?
Oh gosh. That's a pretty tough question. I think I'm probably going to go with Mr. Leavitt. He had some pretty clear, both had pretty clear expectations, but Mr. Leavitt was not shy about suggesting, say, hypothetically speaking, if one had not done a particularly diligent job on one's homework, that there were some other options that you might want to pursue.
We also are into apologies on here. So at this time, I'd just like to take a quick minute to apologize to Mr. Leavitt for hoarding all of that chemistry equipment under my lab station. He was a little disappointed when he found it after it had been missing for a while. And I'll also apologize to Mr. Merrill. Quarter 4, I was just, my senior year in calculus. I had you for physics too. It was tough to stay awake. So that one's on me. Those are the 2 most sincere apologies I'm ever going to give on the show. I don't know if you saw my watermelon and banana apologies today, but they were not that sincere.
Yeah. I have to join you with that. I also I blamed it on the ventilation, actually, in those rooms that made it quite difficult to stay awake on a consistent basis.
I'm with you.
That's
all right, last one.
Her response is going to feed right into this last one.
Uh-oh.
Right. Old building or new building? Leavitt High School.
Oh, I'm thinking probably new building. The old building had some quirks that were a little, although back to the quirks and Mr. Leavitt, he elected, you guys remember, I'm sure, the teacher's office area that had the glass. It was glass, and so he could see out to his students who were paying ever so close attention to everything that was going on, including a limited release showing of Plan of the Cave Bear or something. For some reason, it was illustrating some point, and
I remember this. I was there.
Why? Mr. Leavitt elected to entrust the remote control to me, and there was a scene that I was supposed to fast forward by. Fast forward and freeze frame are both 2 Fs and have very different results. See? Yep. That was interesting. And
that was a good one. Well, that's a good way to wrap up this interview.
Yep. Sticks with you. For sure.
Thank you very much for everything with the keep the ice cream going. And I actually did not finish that popsicle. I put it away, but I'm gonna go finish it right now. So
he didn't want to spoil his breakfast appetite, or dinner, or whatever it is.
Flupper. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you guys for having me, and thanks for all the work that you do.
Thanks.
Go.
Good morning. We're getting ready this morning to do the James Madison Leavitt gravesite ceremony. It is probably the first in what becomes a series of graduation events for seniors here at Leavitt. This is the ceremony that's been going on with Leavitt seniors since James Madison Leavitt's death in 1903. James Madison Leavitt is the founder of what was Leavitt Institute and became Leavitt Area High School. So this morning we're going to be going down to the grave site across the street from Turner Elementary School. And it's an opportunity for seniors to have some reflection time on the journey they've taken since they came in as freshmen and where they'll be going after they leave Leavitt. We will leave here, we'll go down through the courtyard in front of Tripp Middle School, by the middle school gym, in front of the Institute building, across Turner Elementary School playground and into the cemetery across the street. When we get there, we'll gather around. I will be reading the story of James Madison Leavitt. It's the very same story that's been read in this ceremony since 1942. If you have parents or grandparents that attended Leavitt, they would recognize this as the very same story that they've heard. After we read the story, Mr. Davis will also read the 23rd Psalm, and then we will wrap up our ceremony and head back here to school. So thank you all very much for joining us today as we take this opportunity to say a thank you to James Madison Leavitt and reflect on our time here at Leavitt Area High School. Thank you.
year 1628, a young Englishman, John Leavitt, came across the Atlantic Ocean to settle in New England. 2 centuries and 6 generations later, James Madison Leavitt, the son of Branch Leavitt and Lucy Pratt Leavitt, the grandson of Isaac and Ruth T. Perry Leavitt, and the great-great-great-great-grandson of John, the first Leavitt to leave the mother country, was born in Turner, Maine, September 2nd, 1826. James lived with his parents, his brother Lewis, and his sisters Mercy and Rebecca in the old Berry place at House Corner. The oldest of the 4 children, he first attended the district school, later going to Fund School and then to Norway and Monmouth academies. In order to pay for his expenses and to earn a small savings, he taught school in Turner during the winters. Dissatisfied with his present way of life, young James longed to strike out on his own to make his own life. He determined to do this as soon as he became of age. On the day before his 21st birthday, he and the hired man were plowing a field when they were called to dinner. Holding the plow while the hired man drove the oxen, James finished the furrow and then declared, "Go it, old plow." The next day he was leaving to seek his fortune. At his departure, his mother advised him to travel until he used 1/3 of his money, then to use another 1/3 in looking for employment. She wanted him to promise that he would use the rest of the money to bring him home if he failed, but James could make no promises. His father drove him to Lewiston, where James withdrew his $75 from the bank. Then he went to the railroad station to buy his ticket. The young Mr. Leavitt stopped first in Boston, but finding it overcrowded, he went on to New York. Unable to find work there, he traveled further south. At the railroad station, he was told that in order to board the southern-bound train, he would have to cross the city. This he could do for a transportation fee of 50 cents for himself and 50 cents for his small trunk. Wanting to save money, James put the trunk on his back and walked across New York City to the railroad station. He saved some money to live on, then showed the rest to his attendant and saying, "I've got so much money, how far will it carry me?" "This will land you in Georgia," he was told, and it was in Georgia that James Madison Leavitt found himself on a Friday afternoon. One of the first persons he met was a nice-appearing man of whom James asked the prospect of getting a job. When the man learned that James had taught school, he said, "That's your chance here. We are short of teachers." He told James that he could start a school, charge tuition, and have all the scholars he wanted. Since the newly arrived schoolmaster had no money of his own with which to start his school, the old man told him that he would help him get started. On the following day, the 2 men found a room which they hired, got a desk and chairs, and placed an ad in the morning paper saying there will be school there Monday morning. On his 4th day in Georgia, James Madison Leavitt was teaching school, soon having to find a larger classroom for the growing number of pupils. Mr. Leavitt taught school in Georgia for about 3 years, but did not prosper too well financially. Hoping to be more successful in business, he set up a trade in a grocery store in a small town. About this time, the 2 daughters of Reverend George Bates, the first resident pastor to preach in Turner, came to teach in Georgia. James became much attracted to one of the sisters, and in 1851, he and Miss Clorinda Bates were married. The young couple were successful in business, but they later sold out and moved to Brooklyn, New York, where they went into the dry goods business. Mr. Leavitt soon took up the manufacture of parasols and umbrellas, products which up to this time had been imported from abroad. Although he started in a small way, he soon established a wholesale place, buying out the other members of the firm. For 40 years, James Madison Leavitt lived in Brooklyn. Here, he and his wife were very active in the Universalist Church, of which they were among the earliest members. Mr. Leavitt was a large man, over 6 feet tall, yet he suffered from rheumatism for 20 years, having to spend 15 of those years either on crutches or in a wheelchair. He died at the age of 77 in New York in the year of 1903. Mr. and Mrs. Leavitt had no children to whom they could leave their property. As they had a great love for their native town, they gave it one of the best schools which money could buy, and endowed it very generously. On one of the walls of Leavitt Institute hangs a portrait of Mr. Leavitt, and under its inscription on a marble tablet, the following words: A.D. 1896. This building is presented to the town of Turner by James Madison Leavitt as a token of his love for his early town and in sympathy with the cause of progressive education. Mr. Leavitt had also planned to build a dormitory which could cost from $8,000 to $10,000, but he died before he could accomplish his purpose. However, in accordance with his wishes, his sister Mercy, who had married Charles Berry, gave the money for the dormitory. The original building burnt, but was soon replaced and still bear the name Berry Hall. Berry Hall was demolished in 1989. Mr. Leavitt also endowed Westbrook Cemetery and several charitable organizations in Brooklyn. He was undoubtedly a man of unusual business ability, sterling character, and pleasant personality. It is great sincerity and thankfulness that we offer our tribute today.
Walk.
Wait till the cars go by. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Are we on the wrap up? This is the wrap up. Morgan, we're wrapping up.
All right.
Logan Labonte, happy birthday tomorrow. A little early, but have a good birthday going into the weekend. We don't have a lot else out there. A lot of good messages for seniors in the chat. Certainly know that we're doing the best we can here to make this experience as good as it can be. We're going to keep building up until graduation day, and then hopefully we can make graduation pretty cool. It's certainly one that everybody's going to remember. That's for sure. So we're going to have some messages next week and a lot of senior stuff. Going to have some announcements on different things. We're putting together the virtual class nights. So a lot of good stuff coming out. You guys are going to want to tune in, or if you can't get up, then watch them later in the evening. So what else we got, Morgan? Anything else out there? What's going on the Insta?
We have a couple polls up. Actually, I can check those really fast. I think you're winning the Malone poll.
As I should be.
11-9, though. It's pretty close. And Gentura's kids are winning by a lot in the
on
hair.
Cutting your hair?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be good. If it's not them, am I at least second?
Well, it's 20-2-1. So no one's really second.
No one's really second. Wow. All right. I can't wait for this then. Comedic gold. All right. I think that's all we got for today, people. Have a good weekend. We are going to have a show on Monday, Memorial Day. Matt Strong, since you were the first guy to say, let's have a show, we are going to dedicate this show to you. So get ready for that. And the Groover's going to hit us with a little outro, a little Dan Fogelberg, leader of the band. Good tune. Peace out, people. Enjoy the weekend. Have a good barbecue.
Yeah, Matt, we need song requests from you so that we can tell the Groovers what you want to hear. Get it sent to us pretty soon so they'll have some time to work on it.